Hello and welcome to another episode of Andy Ackright History. Today is August 20th, 2017. Earlier this week on Tuesday, I recorded a video about the mass grave from the Battle of Westport. Now, I recorded that at the north end of Ward Parkway's median. So it was roughly about 53rd Street. But the reports or the markers say that the mass grave was really at 55th and Ward Parkway. That's this. This is 55th and Ward Parkway. In the background, if you look there, you can see there are police cars. And behind me is all this wood. Now, I thought about refilming the history video up here when in the actual 55th and Ward Parkway spot, but I didn't, and I should have, because in that week the events of Charlottesville, Virginia sparked this outcry against Confederate monuments. Now, this was a Confederate monument. It was established in 1930 by the Daughters of the Confederacy to celebrate the women, or to honor the women of the Confederacy and their help. Now, it stirred some controversy because of its ties to the Confederacy. Now, here it was the Battle of Westport and the mass grave. So you had Sterling Price versus Samuel Curtis, and they were fighting, and they both lost about 1,500 men, but Sterling Price had between 8,000 and 10,000, and Samuel Curtis had around 20 to 23,000. He was joined by Pleasanton and Pleasanton's cavalry. Now, the hospital was being used, the Warnell House was being used as a hospital for both Union and Confederate soldiers, and so they couldn't take care of the dead. And they also had prisoners of war. When those prisoners of war died, they were buried at Union Cemetery, which is by Crown Center. But they didn't know what to do with all these bodies. 3,000 bodies, okay? So 1,500 on each side, but a much smaller percentage on the Union side. And Sterling Price was forced to retreat to the south. So they buried the bodies here. This is the mass grave. And this is the monument. Now, the Daughters of the Confederacy have said that they support the removal of this monument. It was 2 benches and a post with a Confederate flag and a Revolutionary flag. And because of the controversy, it is now boarded up. It's done. It was vandalized on Friday. Today's Sunday. Friday, and today it is boxed up. It's done. There's not going to be any fighting about it because the decision has been made. So here on this ground that probably no one knows is the mass grave, and probably no one knew what this monument actually was when they drove past it all the time, that was honoring the women of the Confederacy. We are standing on a mass grave of 3,000 soldiers, Union and Confederate, buried together right here, 55th and Ward Parkway, and this monument will be no more. So these boxes will be nothing soon. And there's a little bit of history lost, but a little bit of history found just at the end. Thank you, and hope to see you next time.